Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Thank you so much for joining me. The Sephora Spring Sale event is here and I'm ready to share with you my must-have Sephora recommendations. So I have organized this video into different sections and I'm going to have timestamps in the description box so that you can easily go to the part of the video that you want to watch. So I've organized the video into sections such as skincare, then foundations, powders, eyeshadows, etc. So be sure to check out the description box if you only are interested in a certain recommendation from me. Certain recommendations from me. Before I start with my recommendations, I would like to say a huge thank you in advance for using my affiliate links. It helps me, and thank you so much for supporting my work. It means so much to me, so a huge thank you in advance. Now let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my skincare recommendations because when we have sale event in Europe, I always take advantage to repurchase some skincare favorites. And so anyways, let's go ahead and start with the skincare recommendations. So my number one skincare recommendation for this sale is going to be the La Mer Intense Revitalizing Mask. This is a face mask. First of all, this is my all-time favorite face mask. It works and it works so beautifully on my sensitive skin, and this is my most repurchased face mask of all times. And I actually recently repurchased this one. This is quite new actually, and I repurchased it because I had 20% off in one of my local retailers. So I did repurchase this on discount. That's why I'm I couldn't recommend this face mask enough. It is very moisturizing, it's calming, and it always sorts out my skin. It always helps to calm my skin. So I have normal to slightly combination sensitive skin. I believe that this mask is suitable for all ages and for all skin types. I'm going to show you the consistency, but basically this is a face mask that I always have and I always keep repurchasing. I usually use it somewhere in between 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 times per week. And when I use it, I usually don't use any additional products on my face. I just like to use it at night. I don't apply very thick layer of this mask. I just apply, let's say thick layer, but not too thick. Mostly I apply it like a moisturizer and I leave it overnight. It is very calming, very soothing, very lovely. Now, sometimes when my skin is a little bit more irritated, I would say I can feel a little bit of a tingly sensation for like 30 seconds, but then it goes away. And then the next day, if I have any kind of redness or starting breakouts or any kinds of irritations on my skin, I wake up with beautiful glow and with very calm skin. So I couldn't recommend this one enough. If you were to only pick one skincare product from this sale, I would say go for the La Mer mask. It's really a good one. My next recommendation is going to be the La Mer sunscreen. Well, I love shopping La Mer when I have 20% off or when I have any kind of discount, even if it's 10%, 15%. I think that La Mer is worth the splurge, and it's worth purchasing La Mer products only when they are on discount because they are quite pricey. So the discount really it really matters. So anyways, the sunscreen from La Mer is my current favorite sunscreen. Makeup applies beautifully on top and it doesn't leave a white cast. It doesn't leave any white cast. It has SPF 50 and I have very sensitive skin. Especially I'm very sensitive to sunlight and not all sunscreens with SPF 50 work for me. Sometimes even if I'm wearing an SPF 50, my skin is going to get irritation and it's going to burn and it's going to get red. I don't know why it happens. This is just because I'm very sensitive to sunlight and I easily get pigmentation. So that's why I'm always very careful when choosing my sunscreens because not all sunscreens work for me. This one is definitely one that I will repurchase. Makeup applies beautifully on top of the sunscreen. Maybe you're not really going to enjoy the sunscreen if you are very oily, or you will just have to use some powder on top. But I think that it's absolutely worth the splurge. I really, really love this sunscreen. Next, I have a Dior skincare product, and this is because a lot of you guys have been asking me to recommend some designer skincare, and a lot of you have been asking me what would be my recommendation for Dior skincare, for Chanel skincare. Now, I would say that overall, I prefer Dior skincare over Chanel skincare. I've tried almost everything from Chanel and I've tried a lot of Dior skincare as well. Now, last year I tried the Dior's Capture Total Cell Energy Super Potent Serum, and it didn't work for me. For some reason, I got a bad product. Probably they kept the product in the sunlight, or I don't know. It was from a European retailer. Something didn't work for me, but reading at the ingredients, I thought, well, this is going to be a nice luxury serum. Yes, Dior skincare products are very perfumed, but if you want to indulge yourself, if you want to have a luxurious designer skincare, I think that this serum is absolutely gorgeous. This year I repurchased it because I couldn't understand why last year my skin overreacted. So apparently I got just a bad serum. But this year I tried it once again. So here we go. This is a new bottle that I started using approximately like more than 20 days ago, and I actually really love it. I like to use it only in the morning, and I don't use anything on top. So I only use it. Currently, I have been using it as my morning serum. I want to show you how it looks. It has this white milky consistency. It's very runny and it gives the most beautiful glow. So if you have normal skin, normal to slightly combination skin, this is going to be enough. You wouldn't need additional moisturizer on top. Just like me, I don't feel the need to use additional moisturizer, and all makeup, all foundations and sunscreens apply beautifully on top of this serum. It has a light scent. Well, if you're sensitive to fragrances, you just have to know that designer skincare is not going to be for you if you are sensitive to fragrances. But overall, I really like it. It keeps my skin calm, it keeps my skin very well moisturized. So I think that it's a good serum if you are looking for a good designer skincare. So this is the Dior Capture Total Super Potent Serum. This one has niacinamide as one of the main ingredients, and that's why I really like it. My next recommendation is going to be by Estee Lauder, and this is a eye serum, eye concentrate, and I'm going to pop on a photo right here because I don't have the product itself here, but this is definitely a product that I would repurchase, and I saw a difference when I used this product under my eyes. So this is one of my favorite like under eye treatments. I tried this like a few months ago, and I was quite impressed with the results of this eye concentrate, so I would absolutely recommend it. It's very light. For me, it was enough during the day, and then I like usually to layer my skincare in the evening and to apply more product in the evening because this is the time when the skin usually can accept more moisture. But this is a really good product for under eyes. It helps to soften the fine lines under the eyes. I don't have issues with puffiness under the eyes, so I can't say how this is going to help with puffiness, but it definitely helps with softening the fine lines under the eyes. And in that connection, I want to share with you my current eye cream because it is really good. Let's see where it is. So it's here. So right now I'm using the Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. Once again, a very good under eye cream. I use it in the morning and in the evening. It just gives the right amount of moisture. Concealers apply beautifully on top of this eye cream. So I would absolutely recommend it. And if you do not have 20% off at Sephora, if you're based in the US or in Canada, you can also shop this one from Murat's website. If you use the code Angela20, you're going to get 20% off on your whole purchase on Murat's website in the US and in Canada. So in case you don't have this 20% off at Sephora and you are a different tier that gives you 15% or 10%, just go ahead and purchase anything that you want from Murat on Murat's website US and Murat's website Canada, and you can get 20% off with the code Angela20. So this is a really, really good eye cream. I'm definitely going to repurchase this one. Then I have two other skincare recommendations from Murat. One is the Recovery Serum from Murat, and this one I would say that it's suitable for all skin types. It is very suitable for sensitive skin. You can use it in the morning and in the evening. A little goes a long way with this one. I don't like to apply a lot, but just one pump is enough to do my whole face because it's quite potent, and I find that if I use too much, my skin doesn't react that well, whereas if I use just a little bit and apply it all over my face, I definitely feel a difference in my skin, and I feel that it really helps to improve the condition of my skin. This serum can be used also under the eye. And then the other cream from Murad that I really like, this is one that I use only in the evening, and this is the Murad Skin City Overnight Detox Moisturizer. I definitely find that this cream, it has a very light consistency. I would say that it's suitable for all skin types because it's not oily at all. And I definitely find some difference when I use this cream. I've used it also alone without any other serums just because I wanted to test the product and how it works. It has this very beautiful smart packaging with this pump, which I like because air doesn't enter into the product. Now, one downside of this product could be because it has this kind of a citrusy scent that could be irritating for those of you that are sensitive to fragrances. So just keep that in mind. It goes away in like a minute or two. It's not my favorite scent, but it works nice with my skin. It just works nice on my skin. When I'm using it in the evening, in the morning, I wake up with beautiful skin. The only thing that I don't really enjoy about this cream is that it has a scent that is not particularly attractive. It's not as strong as Dior skincare or Chanel skincare or any other designer skincare. This is still skincare that is designed and that is developed by a pharmacist and dermatologist. So the fragrance is just enough to give you that luxurious feel, but it's not my favorite fragrance. And then the last skincare product that I'm going to recommend, again, another product from La Mer that I would only recommend if it's on discount and if you have the 20% off or the 15% off. This is the La Mer Treatment Lotion, which they recently reformulated, and I want to try it, but I have a almost full bottle of the old one because I just repurchased the old one. This treatment lotion, it just boosts hydration. It's just an additional step that boosts hydration. And I like it as an additional step, but keep in mind, this is not a must-have. So just to explain why I'm recommending this one is because I have my eyes on the new one. I want to try the new one. I think that it's going to be improved and even better than this one, but I cannot justify purchasing it because I still need to use it up. But please keep in mind that this is more like a luxury product. It's not a must-have. The mask, however, I think it's a must-have, and I would absolutely recommend to anyone getting this mask. Moving on to the fun part, and we are starting with makeup. Foundations. Now for foundations, I have 3 foundations that I want to recommend. They are all different and they are going to give you a different effect. The first one that I'm going to recommend is my favorite. Like, this ended up in my 2021 favorites, makeup favorites, and this is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. I also purchased the matte foundation, but it still hasn't arrived. So this is the Glow Foundation. I'm almost running out of this foundation, which is very unusual for me. I never run out of foundation, but I have been using it non-stop all the time last year, and I keep using it this year. I have it on my skin today, just a very easy to use foundation, very light glowy foundation. It doesn't emphasize pores, it doesn't settle into fine lines. It's just one of the most gorgeous foundations that I have ever tried. It's actually my #1 glowy foundation. So if you're looking for a glowy foundation, look no further. I think this one is going to be the answer. I'm almost finishing this foundation and I will definitely repurchase it. Even though I have normal to combination skin, it still works for me. It is absolutely brilliant foundation. Then the other foundation that I'm going to recommend is going to be suitable for all skin types, and it has the most beautiful natural finish. And this is the Dior Backstage foundation, which unfortunately I don't have right now. I tried the Dior Backstage concealer and I have a full review of the concealer. I'm not going to recommend the Dior Backstage concealer because it can be a little bit drying for those of you who have dry skin, but the foundation is absolutely brilliant and gorgeous, especially for the summer months, because it looks very natural on the skin. It just sinks into the skin and it looks exactly like skin. It's not glowy, it's not matte, it looks just like skin. It's a gorgeous product. And then the other foundation that I'm going to recommend is one that I usually keep repurchasing every summer. And as soon as I get a 20% off, I'm going to repurchase this one once again. This is the Dior Dream Skin Foundation, Cushion Foundation with SPF 50. So I know that it's a little bit expensive, but I think that it's worth the splurge because it has an SPF 50, and it's always great if you can use foundation for the summer that has SPF 50. The SPF doesn't add up, so you still have to use a dedicated SPF, but this foundation is just so beautiful. And having in mind that it has SPF 50, it's a great option for the summer months. I think I'm wearing the shade 010 almost all year round, even in the summer. Sometimes, like if I'm on vacation and if I spent a lot of time on the seaside, if I'm lucky enough, then I'm going to wear 020. But most of the time, like this skin color that you see right now is going to be 010. So if you're similar to me, 010 is the one to go. They also have 00, but it's completely white. So just keep that in mind. 00 is like, it's white. Absolutely white. So this foundation, this cushion foundation, is really beautiful. It looks very natural on the skin. It has a glowy finish and I really like it. And the best part here is that it comes with a refill. So actually you're getting two foundations. You're getting the cushion foundation and then you're getting one refill in the box. Next, my concealer recommendation is going to be the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. This is one concealer that I keep repurchasing all the time. It has, let's say, light medium coverage. It covers well. It can be used also all over the face, just here and there, and you can just skip foundation. It doesn't crease, it's moisturizing, but it's not too slippery, it's not too moisturizing. So this is like my favorite concealer, and that's why this is probably one of my most repurchased concealers. So the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer is my concealer recommendation. And then moving on to powder. For powder, I'm going to recommend my all-time favorite Givenchy Prisma Libre. The two shades that work for me and that I use are Mousseline Pastel and Satin Blanc. These are the two shades that I wear. A lot of you have been asking me if I'm going to review the pressed powders, the Prisma Libre pressed powders. Yes, I'm waiting for my powder to arrive. I purchased it, but something happened with my order. It is in a huge delay. It has been in a delay for more than a week, probably 10 days or even more than 10 days. I don't know what's happening with my order, but as soon as it arrives, I'm going to review also the pressed powder. However, I think that you can't go wrong with the loose powder. I still believe that probably the loose powder is going to be my favorite. We are going to see, but yes, the loose powder is definitely a must-have for me. Next, moving on to highlighter and bronzer. These are going to be from Dior. So for highlighter, my favorite highlighter, one of my favorite highlighters actually, is the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer in 02 Pink Glow. So I have a few of those highlighters, but Pink Glow is the one that matches my skin tone best. It's a beautiful, cool-toned highlighter. I'm going to actually link to a video where I review a lot of the Dior luminizers. I reviewed them when they were released last year. Now, the good thing about the Dior highlighters is that you can use them on the eyes as well. And this one in particular, 02 Pink Glow, can be used on the eyes, especially now in the spring season. I think that it looks beautiful. However, just keep in mind that they have fragrance. Yeah, they have a light floral scent, both the highlighter and the bronzer that I'm going to recommend. So if you're sensitive to fragrances, you just have to keep that in mind. So this is the bronzer. The bronzer is the Dior Forever Natural Bronze in 04. This is the one that I prefer and it's the one that is my favorite. So I'm going to have a link to videos where I review both the bronzers and the highlighter. So I don't want to take too much of your time and I don't want to make this video too long. That's why I'm going to have links to the videos where I reviewed the highlighters and the bronzers so that you can decide for yourself and you can see how they look on my face. And then we are moving on to blushes. So for blushes, I have two favorites that I'm going to recommend. One is by Shiseido and it's a cream blush. This is my #1 cream blush and it's currently available at Sephora. I was so happy to find that. So let me go ahead and show you. I think that this is like the most beautiful blush for the spring season. Look at this gorgeous color. And this is in number 01 Sonoya, which is currently available at Sephora. This is like a mousse and it's very easy to blend. It just gives a very healthy flush of color. It's one of my all-time favorite blushes. This looks very youthful. And then for blushes, I love the Tom Ford blushes, the duo blushes. Now, if I only had to pick one, my perfect shade is going to be number 01 Brazen Rose. But then I have other favorites as well, and I think that all of these are really, really beautiful. I love them, and I have 5 of these blushes, and I'm going to have a link in the description box to a video where you can see swatches of all 5 blushes so that you can decide for yourself whether you want to purchase any of those or not. But this one is my number one. It just, if you have similar skin tone like me, I think that this one might work very well. Next, moving on to eyeshadows, and I have a few recommendations. So the first 2 recommendations that I'm going to have are my 2 all-time favorite Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes. One is going to be Nude Dip, which is the perfect nude eyeshadow palette in my opinion. And then the other one is going to be Body Heat. I have Body Heat in the limited edition rose prick packaging, but these 2 are my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes, the ones that I really love, and my number one is going to be Nude Dip. Now, a lot of you have been asking me why I'm not reviewing the new creme eyeshadow palettes by Tom Ford. It's because they are currently not available in my country, and I only have to purchase them through a personal shopper, which I'm still waiting for them to arrive, so it's a little bit hard, guys. A lot of the products that are available in the US, I need to purchase them through personal shoppers, so this makes it a lot more expensive for me, and that's why I'm still not purchasing them, but I absolutely love the Wet and Dry formula from Tom Ford, so I cannot tell you about the performance of the newest Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes, but I really love the Wet and Dry formula, and these 2 that I showed you are my number one palettes. Then another one that I think is going to be very suitable for the spring and summer season, it's not a new palette, but I absolutely love it. It's the Dior 5-color eyeshadow palette in 159 Plum Tulle. It has this gorgeous purple colors. The color story is beautiful. You can use each of these 2 shades as one and done color. I really like the quality of this eyeshadow palette, and in general, it's a very good one, I think. And then if you're in the mood for something that is going to be more colorful and suitable for the spring season and a little bit more playful, I would definitely recommend the Natasha Denona pastel palette. I have a review of this palette. I have swatches in natural light as well, so I'm going to link to this video. Now in the pan, the colors look very vibrant. However, I have to say that when I started wearing these colors, they're not hard to wear. They're actually quite easy to wear, and I was very happy to wear something more colorful on my eyes. Of course, these are not the kind of colors that I'm going to be wearing every single day, but I really enjoy it so far. Next, I wanted to recommend one of my favorite mascaras. This is one of the mascaras that I keep repurchasing, and it's by YSL. So this is the YSL Fossil the Curler. And it's a great mascara if you are struggling with very straight lashes, just like me. I think that this mascara does it all. It gives just enough volume, length, and it separates the lashes and it holds the curl. So I really like it. This is one of my favorite mascaras. It's the mascara that I am wearing right now. Next, moving on to lips, and the first lip product that I wanted to recommend is actually the Dior Lip Sugar Scrub. So this is a product that I usually keep repurchasing. It is like a lip balm that has tiny little sugars inside, which exfoliate the lips in a very gentle way. So this is a product that I love using just because it helps to get rid of the dead skin on the lips, and it helps to keep the lips healthy looking. So I really like this product, and I would absolutely recommend this product. Next, I wanted to recommend a Gucci lip set because overall, I like Gucci lipsticks. I like the quality of Gucci lipsticks, and even though I don't have these colors in particular that are in the set, I think that this is a nice opportunity to try Gucci lipsticks in case you haven't tried them, because you have a lip balm and you have 2 different lipstick formulations from Gucci. One is a matte lipstick and the other one is the sheer lipstick. by Gucci. The sheer lipstick is almost like a tinted lip balm. It has enough color, but at the same time the consistency of the lipstick is quite emollient, so it's very hydrating and moisturizing on the lips. So I think that this is a nice lip set. Finally, moving on to fragrances. So I have 4 fragrances in total that I wanted to show you. These are fragrances that help me to get in the mood for spring, or these are just all-time favorites that I have. So the first one, I'm going to start with the fruity one, and this is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I always like to purchase this fragrance when it's on discount. So I think that this is the time when it's worth considering to purchase and investing in a Tom Ford fragrance. Lost Cherry is my favorite Tom Ford fragrance. It has this lovely gourmand cherry vibe. I absolutely love this fragrance. I think that you can't go wrong with this one. I think that this fragrance is without doubt suitable for all seasons, but it just every time when I smell it, it's so delicious. I love the cherry note in this fragrance. It's so playful and gourmand at the same time. I really love this one. Then the next one is going to be my all-time favorite. This is my ultimate spring fragrance, and it's my Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. This is my most repurchased perfume, I believe, of all times, just because I go through one bottle and then I purchase another one, and I usually have even a couple of bottles of this one, just because when I see it on discount I usually am going to purchase this fragrance. It's girly, it's fresh, it's young, it's easy to wear. It has rose and peony, and it has white musk in the base. It's just a very easy to wear scent. It's like spring in a bottle. Then the next one is for those of you who love clean fragrances. This is Love Story by Chloe. Again, a fragrance that I repurchase from time to time. This one smells so clean. The best explanation that I have and the best description that I have for this fragrance is that it smells clean. It's sophisticated, elegant, clean fragrance, suitable for all occasions, but especially for the spring season, I love wearing something like this because it just smells lovely. And then my number 4 is going to be Joy by Dior, and this is actually the Eau de Parfum. So they have a flanker of this one. I believe that there are actually a couple of flankers if I'm not mistaken, but I don't like them. I only like the original one, because even though the top notes of this fragrance are bergamot and mandarin, I don't feel it like a fragrance that has a proper citrus opening. The notes that I feel the most in this fragrance are jasmine, peach, musk, and rose. It's not too complicated, but at the same time, it's not just a clean smelling fragrance like Love Story by Chloe. It has a little bit of a twist, and that's why I love it. So these are my 4 picks for the spring season. So these were all of my Sephora spring sale recommendations. Do let me know what's on your wish list for this Sephora spring sale event. Are you excited? And thank you so much for spending time with me and for watching my video. It means so much to me when you choose to watch my videos. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.